Yes, guys, welcome back to another vid from Mutal FC, and today we got another banging vid for you. Today we got Week 26 predictions.
Yeah, so starting off the week on Saturday, we got Man City versus Ham. I have Man City winning this game 2-0. I just think there's no way to get past that defense right now. It seems like no team in the Premier League will be able to figure it out. And West Ham are in very good form right now, especially with Jesse Lingard now there. They're top four, might make Champions League next year. But I just think the City team is too strong for any team in the Prem. I think they're going to run away with the league. They already are. They're already 10 points off United in second. So I don't see West Ham winning this game. So I have City winning 2-0.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Chris. I'm gonna go also 2-0 to Man City. You Hammers fans, I'm sorry. You guys have been playing really well. I think Jesse Lingard has been a big impact for you. And then also players like Antonio, Lanzini, like everyone's playing well. Soucek, obviously, Kufal. I think West Ham have a good team. I would love to see them in the Champions League places just to spice things up next year. But I just think City are just such a good side this year. It's hard to break them down. They didn't even play that well yesterday, in my opinion, against Arsenal. I think other than the first maybe 10, 15 minutes, they were in probably second or third gear, but they still grinded out the result because a lot of these players have won Premier League titles, so they know how to just grind out a result, not at their best. So I think City are gonna, even though they'll be kind of tired from the Gladbach game this upcoming Wednesday, I think they have enough squad depth, rotation, that they'll win this game comfortably 2-0.
Yeah, so next up we got Aston Villa versus Leeds. I don't think either of these teams are in good form right now. Leeds are very unpredictable. I can't really say they're in bad form because they're always just like, you don't know when they're going to win 5-0 or lose 5-0. Credit to them for keeping Wolves. They didn't let Wolves score 5 like they normally do when they lose. Wolves is not a team that usually scores that much. Leeds was also not able to score that game, which surprised me because Wolves is a team that defends well, but I really thought that Leeds could score a few against. That being said, I think Jack Grealish should be back for this game, so I think that should be enough to take Villa over the line to beat Leeds, so I have Villa winning 3-1.
I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. I know it's probably very controversial with both of these teams who can typically score goals. But again, we're not sure if Grealish should be back in the Villa game. If he is, maybe Villa would win that game. And also Matty Cash, I'm not sure if he's supposed to be back. But I'm just going to go 1-1 because Leeds in that Wolves game, they don't look like themselves the last couple weeks. They don't play with that same swagger. They can still win 5-0 or lose 5-0, but it's like they're missing too many chances as well. And Bamford is known, I think he has the lowest shot conversion rate out of any Premier League forward, which is crazy considering he still has like 12 goals in the Premier League. Just shows you how many chances Leeds create. But I think Villa will have to bounce back after that Leicester game, so I think it's gonna be a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, so now moving on to one of probably the more exciting games of the week, Arsenal-Leicester. I have a 2-2 tie here. I think it's going to be a very attacking game, very opened up. Leicester are playing very well right now. They seem like they're scoring, they're defending well, they're keeping clean sheets. I think Arsenal are going to show up on this day. Arsenal are another team, I think, not as much as Leeds, but it's kind of unpredictable how they're going to play on each week. They played City last week, yesterday, 2 days ago. City weren't even playing great, but it was only 1-0, so maybe Arsenal can, if they play defensively a similar way, they should be able to limit Leicester, limit Leicester's attack. And at the same time, I think Aubameyang, Lacazette, Saka will have a better chance of scoring against this Leicester side. Because against the City side, I really expect them to score. That City side is just too dominant back in the defense. So I think this game's going to be a 2-2 tie.
I'm going to go Leicester 1, Arsenal 0. I think it's going to be like the reverse fixture last time when Leicester won 1-0 at like the 85th minute on the counter. I just think that's how this game is going to play. I think Arsenal are going to have more possession. Leicester are going to let them have the ball, and then they're going to counter Arsenal again and again. And we've seen with the Arsenal defense, even though for the most part yesterday they were able to keep City quiet, they one mislap in concentration, and Rob Holding, who's like 6 inches taller than Sterling, is letting Sterling win ahead of him. And Jamie Vardy's dangerous. He's a poacher striker. He likes to get in those spaces behind players and defenders. So I think Leicester are going to edge this game 1-0. Because Arsenal also have to play a very important fixture on Thursday in the Europa League. I know Leicester also have to do it, but I think Leicester will be easier for them because I think the reverse game's at home. Arsenal 1-1 against Benfica. They need to close that game out. I think their players are going to be heavy and tired, and they won't be able to get a result against Leicester. So I'm going to go 1-0 to Leicester City.
Next up, we got Tottenham versus Burnley. So, like, for anyone who's trying to watch a Premier League game this weekend, like, don't watch this game. Like, this is probably the worst game, like, in the entire fixture list of all 38 games. These are two sides that are just going to sit back, do absolutely nothing, try to counter each other. But since Tottenham do have the better players, I think they'll be the more attacking side in this game. And Burnley always, no matter who it is, Burnley's going to sit back. So Tottenham will have the ball more. I think they'll attack more. I think they'll just get one goal with either Kane or Son, and that'll probably be the game. So I have Tottenham winning 1-0.
I'm going to wind up some Tottenham fans, and I'm going to say it's going to be a 0-0 draw. I think Chris touched up on the game about how it's going to be a dead game. No, like, creativity, no, like, it's just going to be boring because of how the teams play. Obviously, Spurs will have to go create more, but they just don't have that creativity. Maybe Ndombele. Lo Celso, I believe, is still injured, so they don't really have a lot of creativity. And I just think it's going to be Burnley just going to frustrate, right? West Ham, we saw what they did. West Ham, against the run of play at times, we're just getting goals and on the counter, and the defense that Tottenham have, it is so suspect. I don't know how Dyer and Sanchez continue to play. They're both shit. I think Burnley are going to frustrate like they've done against United, even though United had to put a wonder goal to beat Burnley. They beat Liverpool. They beat Arsenal, and Burnley can get results in big games, and I think they'll all turn up. So I actually think it's going to be a 0-0, because I still don't think Burnley have enough to score, but Tottenham don't either, so I think it's going to be a stale game, 0-0.
Yeah, so now the game that I'm probably most looking forward to this weekend, Man United versus Chelsea. So theoretically, this should be an exciting game, two Big Six sides, Champions League positions. But I mean, the last time these two played, it was a 0-0 draw, and it was one of the most boring games of the year. I think there was one good chance from Rashford at the end of that game that could have went in, and Mendy had a great. But no more Frank Lampard, so I don't think Chelsea will be as defensive as they were in that game. Like you could see when they played Spurs earlier this year, or when Tuchel was there, they were attacking a lot more against the Big Six side than they were when Lampard was there. So I think this game will be a lot more attacking than the one previously in the year, especially since United's attack has improved since then. I have United winning 2-1. I think just the talent on United is better than this Chelsea side. And Chelsea's also coming off a 1-1 draw to probably the worst team in the league as of right now with form in Southampton. So I don't think that's very good coming into this game. So I have United winning this game 2-1.
I'm going to go with pure optimism. I'm going to say 2-1 to United, because United can never keep a clean sheet. Obviously, we've seen that. Like, I don't know how United are in second and they still conceded like 32 goals. Like, that's crazy. That's so bad from United. But like Chris said, Chelsea drawing to Southampton was poor. It was really poor. First of all, Zuma on that goal against Minamino. I mean, Minamino worked Chelsea defense, but I don't trust that Chelsea defense. But like Chris said, Tuchel, I think he'll make them play more possession-based. That's how they've been playing the last couple of games. So I do think they'll dominate possession against United, but that's what United prefer. Because in the reverse fixture, it was United who dominated possession. We couldn't break down Chelsea. But in this game where United play on the counter, it's where United have seen the most success in the last couple of years with the players like Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, Daniel James was even starting to play well now. They can all hit on the counter. So we're going to nick the game 2-1. I think they'll get a goal off of a corner maybe, but we'll have Bruno Pen probably, and then like a Rashford counter. So 2-1 to Man United.
So moving on to Liverpool Sheffield. I have Liverpool winning this game 2-0. I think this should be a comfortable win for them. Hopefully a win for them to get their confidence back, because I don't know how many. They've been terrible at Anfield the last 4 or 5 games. As I've said before, I think Sheffield should not be in the Premier League. Last year, the talent that they had on their team is just not good enough to be in this league. Just like Chris Wilder had some perfect tactics last year, so they were able to finish like top half of the table somehow. And this year, I think it's showing. The talent on their team, it's showing how bad really they are. They're sitting in 20th place, and they're not getting out of that relegation zone. So I think this is going to be a confidence boost game for Liverpool, and I have them winning 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting Liverpool to win this game. I mean, I could definitely see them just draw or something, but they should win this game 2-0. I also think 2-0. I just think both teams are also in terrible form. I think Sheffield have lost the last 3, Liverpool have lost the last 4. and especially Liverpool all games at home. It's not great for either team. I think it's Liverpool's first kind of easy fixture in the last couple of weeks. So I think they need the win. I don't know if I really believe they'll win it, but they need it. So I'm going to say 2-0 to Liverpool.
Yes. For the final game of the week, we have Everton Southampton. I have Everton winning 2-1. I think this is an Everton team that's in very good form right now, coming off a win against Liverpool while keeping a clean sheet, going to Anfield. And Southampton, who, like I said before, probably one of the worst teams in the league right now based on form. They came off a draw against Chelsea, but I still don't think that's to show that they're back. I think Calvert-Lewin's going to be back in the starting lineup this week. He came out of the sub Liverpool, I think, and so I have Everton winning 2-1.
Yeah, for this game, I'm going to say Everton 3, Southampton 2. I just think Everton, after being Liverpool after God knows how long, like 10 or 12 years, and especially like beating them at Anfield, which has been like 30 years or 20 years, it's like going to be a huge confidence boost. And especially when you think about it, where Calvert-Lewin only played like the last 20 minutes, it shows you and like Alon didn't play. Like Everton didn't have like their best players, and they were able to still beat Liverpool. So I think it's going to be a big confidence boost. I also think Southampton are going to give it a good go, because getting a draw at Chelsea, like Ralph Hasenhüttl said, like even though it was a draw, it felt like a win. Like that's what he said in the post-match interview, because obviously Southampton have been very crap the last couple of weeks. So I think they will also go into this game feeling they can get something out of it. But I just think Everton have the extra quality, because I think Calvert-Lewin will be back, and Richarlison looks like he's starting to hit some form again. So I think it'll be 3-2, just because both defenses have been kind of sus recently. I wouldn't trust Pickford at goal especially. So even though he had a good game against Liverpool, I'm going to say 3-2 to Everton. But you guys let us know in the comments down below, what do you think is going to happen in some of these big games? We got two big top 4 games, Leicester, Arsenal, and Chelsea United. I know Arsenal are not really fighting for top 4, but it's a big game for Leicester. So you guys let us know down in the comments below what you think. And other than that, boys, we'll catch you next week. Peace.